In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. O Allah, exalted be your name. You have made your ancient home the Qibla for the believers, whose hearts flock to it and circle it during their prayers, wherever they are, in the four corners of the earth, and form a continued and unbreakable bracelet of faith. As those circulating the Kaaba embrace it and hold it close to their hearts, the Holy Mosque has always held it as a jewel. Throughout history, the expansion projects of the Holy Mosque of Mecca have increased the capacity for the steadily increasing number of worshippers. The Mataf, however, retained its limited width, choking with the increasing of numbers of pilgrims who circulated the Kaaba every year, calling for its expansion. The custodian of the two holy mosques, King Abdullah ibn Abdulaziz expansion project, aims to increase the capacity of the Mataf so as to facilitate Tawaf, the circumambulation of the Kaaba, and accommodate the growing numbers of Muslims. The project will more than double the current throughput from 48,000 pilgrims per hour to 105,000. This reflects the foresight and ambitions of the government of the custodian of the two holy mosques, which spares no effort in serving both Islam and coming generations of Muslims.
أيها الأخوة الكرام، لقد هيأت المملكة العربية السعودية بفضل الله عليها كل ما تستطيع لخدمة ضيوف الرحمن.
The project is based on the rearrangement of the old Haram and the first Saudi expansion, so as to be compatible with the suggested column distribution central to the expansion of the Mataf. This will reduce the number of columns on the basement and ground floors by 30% and on the first by 75%, and the total number of columns by 44%. These changes will give worshippers an increased feeling of ease and comfort. The project includes the refurbishment of the old Haram and the first Saudi expansion of the roof so that the area adjacent to the Masa will be 50 meters wide instead of 20, thereby solving the congestion problem in that particular area. The project also includes the rehabilitation of the area between the present Haram and the third Saudi expansion, with bridges connecting the two sides at level 1 and at roof level. Taking into account the present level difference of the Haram and the Mataf, the designers have lowered the level of the old Haram to that of the Mataf to make it connect directly with the basement of the second expansion. Moreover, the Masa will be as wide as the new building, thus affording direct visual contact with the Holy Kaaba. To preserve the Holy Mosque's architectural integrity, state-of-the-art documentation recording the minutest detail has been employed. This will help restore the Haram to its old shape as a prelude to refurbishing the old corridors using architectural elements compatible with the new plans. The three-stage project will take 3 years to complete. Work began last Muharram, when the first part of the buildings were removed and construction work started for this phase, temporarily reducing the Tawaf capacity from 48,000 pilgrims an hour to 22,000. In order to narrow this gap in the number of circumambulators and to provide better service for them without undermining the Tawaf principle, work has begun in the temporary Mataf, designed to be 12 meters wide, which will increase the capacity during the project execution to 35,000 circumambulators per hour. The upper level of the temporary Mataf will be completed and connected with the first Saudi expansion through the first level, and it will be ready for safe use by the circumambulators and the disabled in Ramadan this year. The first phase of the project will be finished immediately after Ramadan and before the Hajj season. Temporary fences will be reinstalled, the roof will be finished, and the 10-meter wide temporary lower mataf level will be connected with the ground floor of the Haram. Work will resume after the Hajj season by removing the second part of the buildings, and Tawaf will move to the available part of the Tawaf area and the second level of the temporary mataf. Construction Phase 2 will commence after the installation of the temporary fences around the working area, keeping parts of the first phase fence for final finishing. After the 1435 Hajj season, work will begin in Phase 3 by installing temporary fences before removing the remaining parts. Construction will begin with parts of the fence kept from Phases 1 and 2 until the finishing is complete by the end of Sha'ban 1436. By the end of 1436, all temporary fences will have been removed together with the temporary mataf. The capacity increase project will have been completed, and the number of circumambulators, excluding the temporary mataf, will rise to 105,000 per hour. This is more than double the original number. The mataf capacity increase comes with a far-reaching strategy, aiming at solving the congestion problems that circumambulators had to struggle with during peak seasons every year. The project will provide unimpeded movement in the Tawaf area, as well as doubling its capacity. This project is therefore entirely compatible with the successive expansions of the Holy Mosque in Makkah. To achieve this very significant upgrade in the environment of the Holy Mosque for worshippers, everyone involved has been totally committed to spare no effort, be it financial, technical or dedication, since the beginning of the project. They will achieve in months what normally takes years to finish. The government is resolved on achieving its aims and providing comfort and security for the pilgrims and visitors of the two holy mosques, so that they may worship in peace and tranquility in a holy site that is unique in its spirituality and so dear to the hearts of Muslims. By enhancing the holy mosque of Allah to ease the devotions of the faithful, the circle of light and faith will continue uninterrupted.